guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you for Black Sails, Season 2, Episode 9.
Last episode, a bunch of stuff happened. Anne left on a mission for Max. She's gathering intel. She's her spy off the island. And Jack was a bit mad about it, but yet again, he wasn't mad about that. He thinks that it's unfortunate, but it might be best that she's away considering what they have to do next, which is getting the Urca de Lima gold. So they were planning for this last episode, and they came to the conclusion that they had nowhere to hide the gold, and they needed the fort. So they went to the fort to ask Charles for some help, and instead they found Eleanor's father dead. So
Shocking.
Charles had planned for the possibility that Eleanor was going to betray him, and when she left with Abigail, he started his whole thing. He left, his men got Eleanor's father. They left a message saying that he was going to help the island stay free, and he was going to go after the prize he asked for Abigail, which was the man of war ship. So I don't know how he managed to. He probably stole the ship somewhere, I don't know. But they are currently near the man of war in Charlestown. They are in the marshes or something. They're waiting for the opportunity, and they're going to try and take the ship. Meanwhile, Flint has gone on the shore with Miranda and Abigail. He's currently meeting Peter, so we'll see how that goes. And John, also last episode, one of the two guys who knew about the Urca de Lima gold got killed by the other because he gave a look. John gave a look that implied, like, get rid of him, but that's not what he meant. That's still what happened.
But
and
still, people are listening to what he's saying or what
he's not saying.
He's not saying,
Implying. Yeah, that he basically found out last episode that he might have more power than Flint himself, and that's crazy. We're getting close to the finale next episode, so yeah, everything's gonna be hyped, and we'll see how they all react to last episode. But there's definitely gonna be some sort of battle or whatever plan Charles has to take the ship. And if it goes wrong on the shore with Peter, Flint is gonna be in a mess, a pretty big mess. Because he won't have a ship to escape to, first off, and we don't know what Peter's gonna do.
Alright.
Yeah, so this is where we are. Let's jump in this episode and see what they have in store for our people. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go!
The first accounts of Captain Flint raiding shipping in the area began in June. You became the captain of a pirate crew in 4 months.
I became the captain of a pirate crew faster than that.
With the speeches.
I met a man in a tavern, quartermaster of a well-respected crew, persuaded him that I was someone worth listening to.
And how long
Son
after
Gates.
that was it that you decided to murder Alfred Hamilton?
Probably wanted to murder him as soon as he found out what was going on.
And she mentioned the name of the ship. I encouraged James to find him and to kill him.
She's trying to take some of the anger, even if it's true.
It's not all his fault.
Maybe.
I'm part to blame.
Dude, calm down.
The governor may know who you are. I only know what you are. If either one of you gets any closer to the governor than you just did,
She just got up.
I will shoot you where you stand.
Can't we be civilized?
Not with pirates.
He would shoot you, so just be careful.
When we received that letter informing us of Thomas's death, the damage wrought by Alfred Hamilton was too much for us to bear. We allowed that anger to drive us to a dark deed. But I ask you not to judge me by that one deed. Judge me by the ends that I have come here in service of. The redemption of Nassau.
The power of the
I
speech.
ask nothing from you
It needs to work.
but your ear.
Talk no jutsu, come on.
I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah, good first step.
The door is open now.
I just hope it's not just him buying time and stuff because he's already decided not to go
Oh,
for
you
it.
think that they're trying to take his man out?
And meanwhile, Charles is waiting. Doo-doo, doo-doo.
What is it?
I thought I saw something in the water.
Jaws.
Tell me what you mean, so they can keep an eye on it.
I'm sure it was nothing.
It's not nothing.
Yeah, Scott, come on, tell them. It's it's good sometimes to be paranoid.
The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life.
She definitely feels responsible for what happened, and it might represent like the death of what made her human. She might turn into something really dark.
All his wealth, all his ambitions. Yet, here he rests.
You think she might lose herself?
I had hoped that you and I might share a word.
What do you wish to speak about?
Ambitions, sir. Yours and mine.
But after you just said that, you know, all the wealth and stuff you can amass doesn't give you anything in the end.
Yeah, you might end up like your father, girl.
It is exactly as Thomas proposed all those years ago.
Yes, but then we were talking about less than half the number of criminals on the island.
Things have changed.
We also didn't have the most respected captain on the island standing in advocacy of our plan. We didn't have the trade boss of the island actively working to reform operations there. Now we do.
Now we do. And I mean, we have someone in the inside with really good influence.
They all have good influence.
In and out of the island, so yeah.
New Providence will only ever succeed insofar as its governor can make it so. Were I to make this case to the men I know in Whitehall,
Something's up.
who will oversee all of this? You?
I can help establish the militia, organize the navy, but beyond that, I don't think that there's a part for Captain Flint in Nassau's future, not with the blood on his hands.
Who would be governor, though?
He will have to go away and leave James McGraw and Lady Hamilton to retire to the interior in peace.
Okay. Still, the question remains. Who would be governor? Why is she looking at the clock with suspicion?
It's true that they might be taken prisoner, right?
Nerves.
I don't know. I just said it's good sometimes to be paranoid.
Believe in your gut's feeling, Miranda. If you feel that something is wrong, something might be wrong.
Oh, is he dead?
Did they kill Randall? Fuck, they did!
No! No! The most innocent man on the ship!
I mean, he's not that innocent, but still.
I said the most innocent man on this ship. Well, they're here!
Fuck!
Killing those sleeping.
Fuck!
It's really bad.
Oh shit!
Shit. Careful!
They're all gonna die!
And we have to look out for those we know. Interestingly enough, it's kind of like the beginning of season 1 when they were attacking the crew that John was with,
Yeah.
and he hid with someone else, and they both had information, and he ended up killing the other guy. Billy, you better not die.
Oh shit!
He might just jump in the water again. I mean, he's holding his own against Charles. Fuck.
Secure! He doesn't want to consider it. I don't think he can work out how to say no.
Did you mean it? Earlier.
That he'd retire.
Are you truly ready to let him go?
Did I ever tell you where that name came from?
Treasure Planet.
I used to watch this Disney
My
movie.
grandfather. One night he was alone on the late watch. He sees this man climbing out of the water and onto his ship. And when asked his name, man simply replied, Mr. Flint. Eventually he asked my grandfather for a little more rum from below. When he returned, man was gone.
He was a ghost. Well, maybe that's why he took the name. He wants to be, he's a ghost.
I feared the man I was about to create.
He needed a man that was gonna also disappear in the end.
And I was determined only to wear him for a while and then dispose of him when his purpose was complete.
And the Flint name.
Every day I've worn that name, I've hated him a little more. I've been ready to return him to the sea for a long time.
It's kind of your security blanket, if you think about it.
He became engulfed in anger, a need for revenge. And Flint represents all of that anger and need for revenge. If his plan succeeds, he won't need it anymore, and he'll finally be able to get rid of it. But he's had to live with the name and what it means for so long. It's so sad.
What the fuck do we do now?
Well, mate, back to season 1.
I'm a great cook.
Whether we swim to the beach and likely face the nerves, or else do nothing, in which case it's the sword.
Which death do you prefer? Like, it's not like he could play the long game with Charles either. Charles already doesn't like him.
Come with me. Where we're going? To execute the third option. Persuade Captain Vane to surrender the ship.
With 2 men?
Good luck.
Plans are underway as we speak. My ships, your sugar, the return of legitimate commerce, and the return of law.
How could I be expected to trust one of you?
Because you have no choice.
I am no pirate, sir.
But you've been hanging out with few.
I'm my father's
A
daughter.
few.
And I will be the end of piracy in this place, and it begins tonight.
What do you mean?
Oh,
I
she
discovered
has a
by
plan.
one of the crews on the beach to reclaim a prize that is so large it would upset her.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I identified the members of that crew with the specific knowledge of the whereabouts of that.
She's about to fucking kill them?
And I have ended their endeavor.
How?
The way, I mean, how do you think? Jack was just beginning!
She's no parrot, she's worse than an English woman.
Careful. Oh, hey girl, we might need you.
Does she know?
No, but if they get attacked, she might do something.
I thought you'd just get to Port Royal and board a ship and never look back.
I thought about it.
But you came back. There's a chance if they don't get killed.
And I...
What?
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Come on, you both can do this.
Come on, man, protect your girl. Or she can do the protecting.
Yeah, that's why I said we needed Anne.
God, I miss you. Such a great team. He's the brain and she's the brawn.
She didn't get to finish what she was saying, so we'll see.
Mr. Staten and Mr. Ads are dead. Can you sail without those men?
Who were they on the ship?
Yes.
Oh.
Fuck it. We leave now.
I think they'll be forced to accept Anne. I want to know what she was about to tell him, though. I think it's important.
You have no fucking idea what's going on here.
Flint stole from me and I'm making it right.
Exactly. You hate Flint. I hate Flint.
But he needs him.
But right now, he's talking about how we survive what comes next. And you're talking about what you think is yours. When the Navy arrives, they aren't going to give a fuck what belongs to you.
He didn't know.
What belongs to me.
What do you mean, the Navy?
You're so afraid of an imagined threat.
So we saw them.
I saw it. The
So-
garrison on Harbour Island.
Shit!
I didn't know that information.
So Eleanor, when I killed your dad, I didn't know.
And right now, your only plan to reckon with is to try and fight them head to head. Each crew for themselves.
We need unity.
You need Flint. Be the bigger man. Ooh.
We lost the forestay.
Lost it.
Sabotage. Drop the anchors, repair the stay quickly. I'll get a team clear the hold. No. We can't leave a saboteur down there. I don't intend to.
Oh, John, be careful.
I'm thinking John could throw the other guy to Charles, saying it's the one.
He's the one who did it.
All comes down to what he's truly trying to accomplish.
I know some of these men.
You think they're too proud to put pardons on the table?
I think they fear you.
So what do you suggest?
Did he humiliate himself then?
We have to completely redefine their understanding of who you are, what you are.
Spit on your reputation.
You will stand up and you will tell your story.
Okay.
My story.
The whole story? The gay pirate story?
You will tell them about the affair with Thomas.
They would lose all, matter of fear or whatever, respect for him.
Captain Flint will be unmasked, the monster slain.
It's,
He might lose his man.
He has been ashamed of this. We talked about that before. It is being vulnerable in front of all these people, and it's also putting himself up to their judgment and their consequences. I'm not even sure it would work. She's like, no. The freaking clock again. What's going on with that?
I'm afraid that the people on Nassau are just gonna take rocks and just...
No, he's not gonna say it to Nassau.
Where did you obtain it?
Is it from
Oh.
Thomas's house?
I think, yeah.
She'd
It
recognize
looks very
it?
much like one that used to reside in my husband's parlour in London.
It was a gift from Alfred Hamilton.
After the whole thing?
Was he the one to tell Alfred about the relation between Thomas
It
and
never
Flint?
sat right with me how Alfred was able to turn the Navy against James.
Maybe he knew.
He wouldn't have gone to them armed only with unfounded
The
suspicions.
fucker betrayed them.
Can't trust him. Fudge.
Alfred came to you, didn't he? Asked you to betray Thomas in exchange for which he'd see you made a king in the New World?
Really?
Peter, you should run because Flint is in rage right now.
He's about to just
Perhaps
try.
this is an opportunity for us all to find a little forgiveness.
Forgiveness?
You started this whole thing.
What forgiveness are you entitled to?
He became a man he despises because of you.
Were you there when Alfred Hamilton threatened my family's standing, my daughter's future, if I failed to cooperate? Were you there when I visited Thomas to confess my sins and heard him offer his full and true forgiveness? He knew I had no choice in the matter.
No choice.
A hard choice. You wish to return to civilization. That is what civilization is.
I don't know, man.
If that is civilization, I don't want it.
The most important thing is what comes next, what we make of this.
You destroyed our lives.
Miranda.
Thomas died in a cold.
I am trying to help you. What more do you want from me?
I want to see this whole goddamn city, this city that you purchased with our misery. But
Miranda, you have a plan? No? No?
I want to see that noose around your neck, and I want to pull the fucking lever with my own two hands.
Miranda! Fuck! Fuck! Oh, bitch!
This is not what I wanted.
Shit! Bitch! Oh, shit! Yeah, there's no way we are teaming up with him now. Fuck! What the fuck? Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
We have much work to do.
Oh.
What is this? Who are you?
Oh.
We've no quarrel with you. However, we will.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I assumed he meant like capturing Flint to give him to the Navy and stuff, but maybe she's a good prize too.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What do you suppose happens next?
What follows is a message! I accepted Captain Flint as my guest, but I now regret to inform you that he has violated that trust in a
Bitch.
You're the one who shot the girl.
I placed him under arrest. This trial will be swift, just, and final.
Just?
The death of piracy in the New World has never been nearer than today.
This probably would resonate with him.
If your ship remains, I will seize or sink her.
Maybe Charles will decide that, you know what? We need to work together.
Let's team up. Or maybe
Hey,
not.
hey, friends, friends, come on, we need help. Friends.
Let me tell you what happens next.
That's my line.
We need to go save Flint. Maybe we can team up and do just that. He didn't kill them.
You were right.
Yes. We need Flint.
They can't tell the difference between you and I.
So we're the same. We're death like this.
Nassau is strongest when she's feared. And if what promises to happen here tomorrow actually happens, a trophy made of one of her most notorious captains.
It would be detrimental to your cause.
He may never be feared again.
Yeah, so we need to save Flint.
I suggest we
Save Flint.
get him the hell out of there.
Yay!
That would be the day when I see Captain Charles Vance saving Captain James Flint.
Yeah. Well, it needed to happen or else we were gonna lose Flint too. It's already harsh that we lost Miranda.
Fuck. And what's gonna happen to Eleanor?
I understand you hold in your possession 10 pardons for whomever was to deliver
Yeah, she's the prize.
Captain James Flint. I wonder if I can't do better.
Bitch. Everyone is betraying everyone!
This is Eleanor Guthrie, the trade boss in Nassau, without whom it cannot function.
And if you take Eleanor out,
Max will take over. Traitors. Bunch of freaking traitors. We're fucked. We're fucked.
I mean, the finale is gonna be something.
So Miranda, R.I.P.
Damn it!
Right after she found out the freaking truth about what happened back then. And she deserved to be pissed. And what I hate most about the whole situation is that back in the day, Peter knitted the truth. You know, he took his lies and stuff and he manipulated them to still look like the unfortunate friend who just lost someone and he was grieving and poor little man, and he got out of this situation with a status, a name, power, and everything. Then he did just that now. You know, once again, the truth came out and he was looked in a bad light, but somehow he managed because, you know, his men are trigger happy, and they did give the warning, but it was granted. Like they deserved to tell what they were feeling, to say what they were feeling to Peter, to give him hell for what happened. And yeah, they got, they pay the consequences, but yet once again he's knitting the truth, making the lies, and making it sound like they are the ones that crossed the line, and he's the one that's coming out on top of this. Like, see, I defeated them. I was the good guy. I offered them a safe, place to talk, and I welcomed them, and that's how they repay me. It sounds like this. No matter how difficult the choice was back in the day, no matter like if he believed that he had no choice, no matter if it's true that he went to the hospital and Thomas forgave him, that's betraying them. I get that. You might feel bad about betraying them, but you still came out of this a winner when they had to suffer the consequences of what you did. And you never told them the truth. You preferred to play the innocent friend on the side. Like, that's what I can't forgive.
Mm-hmm. Did you really think that Thomas gave his pardon to Peter?
He was like that. Thomas is weird sometimes. Like, he would maybe have understood. Like,
Thomas is weird sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, Peter was his best friend, and if they threatened his daughter or her future, if they threatened his family and his name and stuff, like, maybe he would have understood that. Yeah, you had no choice. So I don't like.
He had a choice, but it was a hard choice. Like, it's been a hard choice in a hard place.
Like, maybe he told them, like, I understand, but it's gonna be hard. Like, I don't necessarily forgive you, or I don't forget about it, but I don't hold you like responsible or something. Like, I don't know, it's possible. Like, I could see it, but so that's why I'm saying, like, the betrayal itself, I don't want to pass judgment on that, because the others, like Flint and Miranda and all the others, they all did bad shit when they were forced to, right? Like, they also had hard choices, and sometimes they, most of the time they chose the big path that led to death.
Flint had to kill Gate for that that future, basically.
So I don't necessarily blame him for what he did. Like, he chose his family, which is fine. It hurts, but it's fine. I blame him for everything else. The lies, the pretending that you're a bigger man, and just the condemnation and the judgment on Flint and Miranda, even though you're the one that did this, that started this, and you're no better than the liars and the thieves that you condemn. Just like Miranda was saying, like, you're the one that hang pirates because they are supposedly monsters, when you're also, like, you did worse because you betrayed friends. Like, pirates don't go necessarily against friends, they go against ships on the sea, but they don't know those people. You knew the people you were betraying, and for the fact that you did that, and you can still have their clock in your house, like it's a trophy.
Like a trophy, yeah.
Like, dude, if you felt bad about what you did back then, wouldn't you feel like
you wouldn't have accepted that clock?
Yeah, or you wouldn't be capable of seeing it every day, right? So that's why I'm like, I don't trust what he said. I don't trust his version of the truth, not anymore. And after what happened, like, he was saying, I don't hurt him, don't hurt Flint and stuff. But, like, now they're saying they're going to have him trialed. Anyway, they're going to,
they're going to have him
prosecute him. They're going to have him hang. So, yeah, whatever you said doesn't mean shit now. And Miranda's dead.
What do you think about before all that, what do you think about his proposition to bring Flint back to Nassau, and for him to be open about his story, about what happened to him from the beginning?
Again, it's selfish as fuck that he'd be asking that of Flint, and not just, what Flint did, but he's asking James McGraw to bear himself, to the others, like, oh, he should be ashamed of this, and saying that to them will reduce his character to nothing. Like, they won't see him as the monster. He'll be ridiculed almost, because he's saying, like, England will see itself in you and stuff, a flawed man. But I'm thinking their way of thinking hasn't changed in the last 10 years. So they'll look at him and they'll judge him, they'll spit on him, and he'll be reduced to a laughingstock, right? That's the plan. He wants to destroy the pirate Flint by saying, oh, Flint was in fact James McGraw, and James McGraw has nothing you should fear, right? He's just, yeah. So for him to ask that, I see why he would ask that. Like, he wants people who want to team up with Flint to stop seeing Flint as a monster, and instead see the reason why he would have become Flint. Mm-hmm. But asking that of him when he's not even capable of coming, forward with his own truth and what he did, that's selfish. really selfish. And beyond that, I fear that telling the truth would not help team up with anyone. It's kind of like he would be stripping him of his power, and then he'd be the only one in charge. Like, that's the one thing. I don't even know if we could trust him with that. What if, like, once he sees that Nassau is we can do something about Nassau and stuff, you destroy Captain Flint, but then you have the support of the people to take over Nassau, that means you'd be taking over Nassau. So maybe his plan was to win Nassau and get more fame and get more for his name again, like he did back in the day, by getting rid of Flint, by making Nassau sound like it's an island that doesn't need to be feared because no one is there no one is there to fight back, or we got rid of the big bad monster, so now let's just band together and destroy whoever's left. So it sounded like a possibility, like, oh yeah, maybe it would work, and Flint was about to do it. Like, I in a way, I was glad that he was willing to just bare himself in front of everyone, like tell the truth, because I was a bit afraid that
sacrifice his reputation for a bigger purpose, basically.
It meant that his dream was once again bigger than everything else, and that he valued the dream more. And in a way, it also said that he's not ashamed of James McGraw, right? He's ashamed of Flint, and he's willing to put Flint to rest. Like, he's wanted to get rid of that name forever, like since the beginning, because what he had to become to do this, like to make this possible.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, I want to go back because you said that by being Flint, it just let himself being taken over by his anger and his need for revenge.
Flint is full of anger. Like, the monster that he became is a monster that is consumed by his rage. And the stuff that he did as Flint, the stuff that he felt was necessary, and Miranda confronted him about this before. Like, she said that he's just going towards the path of fighting and stuff because he wants to fight, because he is angry. And so he let that side of him win by becoming Flint. And it's nice to hear that he's wanted to let that go to rest for a long time. And now he's been given the opportunity to finally let go of the anger. If he had decided to stay Flint, like if he had hesitated more about retiring Flint and going in the interior and just becoming James McGraw again and living in the happy life, that would have meant that his dream is not as important as his need for revenge. And that is bad. That's not good for him. So him saying that to me sounds like you're aware that Flint represents your rage, your anger, your need for revenge. And now that you've been given a healthy path towards your utopia, you're willing to let that go to go towards your dream.
You know what? There's a part of that thing that even though he hated the character of Flint and what he represents, he couldn't maybe let go of the fact that maybe Flint was like a security blanket for him. You know?
I don't know about security blanket, but a mask that...
Yeah, a mask. No, but I mean, when he was hiding behind that anger, behind that rage.
No, he wasn't hiding behind it. He let it out completely. And he always had a part of him that was there, a darkness, and he just let it take over.
What I meant to say, when you're just letting out your anger and your rage, you're not letting place for your guilt, your sorrow, your sadness.
But it is this guilt and sorrow and sadness that led to the anger.
You're not confronting it.
Well, it's not going to change anything, but like that's in the past though, so there's no way you can really confront those feelings unless you say that him being willing to tell the truth to everyone would be him facing his truth and finally coming to letting it come to light.
Yeah.
But the big thing though about this is that unfortunately it's easy to separate Flint and McGraw. Like, it's easy to say that he became Flint because he needed an identity to use, because he knew what he was about to do and stuff was going to be horrible and dark and intense, and he didn't want to be that. So it was easier for him to become Flint and say Flint did those things, and then after that you let that go and you re-become McGraw. But
in the end, it's still a part of yourself. It is still like that did those things.
That's just a name. Like, you still are the one that did those things, and re-becoming McGraw doesn't mean that you're no longer Flint or that you never did those things. So I'm a bit afraid that if he ever manages to get there, whenever he tries to get rid of Flint, like, is he still gonna feel like he's free? Is he still gonna feel like he's okay? Or that he's rid of the blood on his ends and stuff? Because he still did those things. Flint or no Flint, he's responsible. It's gonna be difficult, and it's gonna be interesting to see how he maneuvers those emotions and stuff. But that's if he survives next episode. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, I said it in the episode and I might have jinxed it. I said that I'm pretty sure that Flint survives at least until the end of season 4, right? Like, he's the main character. Like, we need him to carry the story a little bit. But everyone else, like, we don't know who we could lose. And now we've just lost Miranda.
So we keep Flint, but everyone else will die? That's what you're saying?
Well, like I said, I don't know which episode, maybe last or the one before that, but I'm pretty sure if they stay true to Treasure Planet / Treasure Island, those that make it to Treasure Island or Treasure Planet, because that's the only thing we've seen of that, about that, they are going to survive the show, right? So in that way...
Supposedly, yeah.
Spoiler alert, then, but I'm pretty sure then that John makes it and Billy makes it. And everyone else could die by the end of this. I don't know.
I don't know.
But Billy, I know,
don't know.
Billy is in, even if it's only slightly, he is in Treasure Planet at the beginning. So I don't know. And John is the main villain of Treasure Island, right? So / Treasure Planet. He's the cook.
I don't know, man.
But I'm going off of that with like my fear of who's gonna die, who's not gonna die. But everyone is basically a possible death, like a possible future death in this story.
Mean, they could have just get inspired by those characters, and nothing is certain.
Yes.
Everyone could die at the end. Flint could die at the end of season 3. You don't know that?
Flint could die
right
that's
now.
It. Like, no, he could die whenever. I'm assuming, since he's the main character and it's his dream that we're following, that he'll make it at least till the end of season 4. I'm just assuming, but everyone could potentially like die.
Or maybe he's gonna die and the rest we're gonna have to work to make his dream come true.
At least I'm expecting him to find his treasure. But a lot of death in general this episode. Like, we lost 2 crews, almost 2 crews. No, that's not true. Jack's crew, only like 2 people died.
We lost Randall.
A few people died. Flint's crew is almost all gone. Like, we lost a lot of, we lost a guy who would have his teeth in sharp, teeth. Anyway, he'll
sharpen.
Yeah, it was a prosthesis or something. Like, was a dentier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we lost this guy. I'm pretty sure it was him that got killed. Randall is a huge blow. I was not expecting that. I don't think he deserved it, and it's really sad. But he's gone. It's Charles, man. I expected things to go bad, but Randall, man.
Thank God that Billy talked to Charles about what was gonna happen next.
He has a point.
The garrison and the Navy.
He has a point. Like we said, he came out of his torture session with a sense of community, and it is true. He said, like, I hate Flint. You hate Flint? We all hate Flint. But we need Flint. But it's true. Like, they are all the same. Just like Charles said, when the enemy looks at us, he doesn't see a difference between you and me. We're the same. We're in the same boat. So instead of fighting amongst ourselves and making ourselves become weaker so they can then pick us off, might as well band together and fight for our freedom. It's still not the same goal. Like, Flint and his people, they were fighting for a potential future where they would be given their freedom, given their legitimacy, and left to live in peace. And Charles, he'd rather, be left in peace, but because they fear him, so they won't dare come to us. Like, he doesn't want to be given anything.
That might be the only end result that we can hope for, because we won't have any pardons with Peter right now. He betrayed us.
Yeah, that's the thing. We might not have a choice now, because with Peter, it's over, and if it's over with Peter, we're never gonna get another way in.
Yeah.
But that also
means the goal from the Orca.
Yeah, that means that the original plan might become the now plan again. And now Jack going to get the gold with Anne is a good idea. Which is fine with me. I'd rather they all band together, get the gold, and become an island so intense, so powerful, so feared that no one is going to dare do shit with them.
What do you think that she was about to tell him when she said, when I was there, she thought of something. Back then, I thought of something.
Well, she thought about, for sure, it has to do with her relationship with Jack, because she came back with him and she left with him. So she did think of leaving him completely and never coming back and just finding a new path for herself. But the fact that she came back and she's choosing this path sounds to me that it's a good step in the right direction.
She's making a decision for herself and doing something for herself, not because someone asked her to.
It might not mean that she's going back with Jack as a couple. Like, she might, give herself some time about that, because maybe she needs to be on her own, still following the crew, still, doing what she wants to do, which I'm glad she's back with the costume and the hat, man. I miss that. But, and Jack is happy that she's here. Like, at least she's here and she's happy and this is what he wants. But I don't know if she's ready to be in a relationship again with them. We'll see. Like, that's why I want to find out, like, what happened back there. Like, what went through her mind. But I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she helped him. He's been hurt, but they're both fine. And now they're on their way to get the gold. Which, we'll have to do that. And we'll have to save Eleanor, because there's no way this happens and she's not there to see it through. But we need her. Like, I did say as a joke, Max is going to take over. But Max is not in charge of the ships. She's not in charge of the trade. Eleanor has power, and yes, she was literally, like, ever since her father's death, it's kind of like she became cold, really cold, and now she's like, emotions got in the way, and I put myself through the ringer because of doubts and my loyalty and my feelings and stuff to many people, and what it led to was the death of her father and the heartbreak of having betrayed Charles and having to face the consequences. So I feel like she just decided to let go of all those feelings, and she became this cold, brutal person who's willing to do what's necessary, because her father died already. She made her choice and it led to the death of her father, and if she backs up now, her father's death will mean nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like she needs to make it, necessary. Like, she needs to make this a necessary sacrifice by going the distance, by doing what's necessary, by killing.
She needs to succeed to make it worth it.
And like now, like, maybe she was doubting herself and judging her actions and stuff because she had people in her life that were telling her, like, look at what you've become, and you're no longer the one, I love, or the one I care about. Like, I look at you and I don't see my daughter. Like, maybe she saw judgment in the eyes of people like her father, but if he's no longer there, no one is there to judge him.
Her father is not there. Charles is not there anymore to tell her, this is not who you are. You're someone who is ruthless, who can take what she wants, so take it.
Well, she was offered to kill people a few episodes ago. She was told, like, oh, you could get rid of people like that are in your way and stuff, and she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to be known for that.
That's not who she is.
Yeah, but the hesitation and all of that's gone now, because I think the line has been crossed, and if she hesitates now, it's gonna be worse.
It might cost her more than what it already cost her.
Well, like I said, she needs to make his sacrifice mean something. And if she backs up now, like if she decides not to do it, that means he died for nothing. And so she'd rather become... I think it's easier for her to face...
Right now, she's a prisoner, so we need to save her.
I think it's easier for her to, ignore her emotions instead of facing them. And because it's complicated. Like, it's Charles. She cares about Charles. She loves him. Who did that? He did that because of her, because she betrayed him for a purpose that she chose. And her father died, and maybe she feels the guilt and she feels the grief, and she's sad about it, but there's also a part of her that feels like now she's no longer in the shadow of her dad, so it would be conflicting. She had so many issues with her dad, and those were never resolved, and now that he's gone, they will never be resolved. So it's a complicated situation for her. Mm-hmm. And now, as a prisoner, we'll have to go and save her, but she's in the hands of the freaking, like, the Navy and all of that, so we'll see. We need to save Flint first, and then we'll see what we can do about Eleanor.
But I'm pretty sure that maybe Jack and his crew will save Eleanor, because they're the closest.
Why? They're not... No, but they're not near them.
They're the closest.
No?
Who knows? Who knows? I'm saying that they might save her.
They just left to get the gold. I don't know why... Unless something happens, I don't know why.
Maybe that happened before they left the shore, so maybe they were gonna be the one to save her.
They left in the middle of the night. They were gone already.
In any case.
When they come back, maybe.
Let me hope.
Well, someone is gonna have to save her. I just don't know why it would be Jack. Although a few episodes ago I also
He's the only one
said,
that is left.
well, the others are gonna come back eventually.
She's gonna be gone.
We'll see. In any case, so yeah, R.I.P. Miranda, and hopefully we can save Flint next episode. I'm glad that Charles decided to bend with the group after killing most of them. But still. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next episode, the finale of season 2 right away, it is on Patreon already.
Yeah.
You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't want to, the next one will be on YouTube next week, guys.
Yes.
So we're gonna see you then.
Bye.